Just out here at Eagle Mountain Lake. It's Saturday, January 13th. It is actually 3 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't sleep. Wanted to get out here a little bit early just to get ahead of this front that's coming in. Got some really cold weather and hoping that fish will be moving this morning a little bit. But let's get started. Let's get the boat set up and let's get ready to go. The deer were moving this morning, so hopefully the fish will be too. All right, we are all set up and ready to get out here and get some casts in before this front gets in here at about 3 p.m. today. So trying to get off the water at about noon, gives us about, and just like that, here we go. So we're here at Twin Points Marina. Gonna head into the south end obviously this morning and check out some of these waypoints that I've created, that I've been going through my maps pretty much every day, but I spent a few hours going through and jotting down waypoints and points of interest that I want to hit. So I'm gonna go get those today. So let's head over there and I'll check back in a little bit. And just like that, right outside the marina, before I could even get the boat planed out, got a lot of activity. Not sure, those look like either humongous bait fish or small fish like crappie, but I don't know, can't tell from here, or just can't tell at all. These are obviously bigger fish, look like maybe gar right here, these big long arches. Definitely gar or catfish, or probably not catfish, not thick enough, so yeah, probably a gar. But yeah, a lot of activity this morning already. Yeah, I'm starting to think these are possibly just really big bait fish. I don't know. That would be the only explanation. Don't think they're white bass, and I don't think they're crappie. Crappie would almost be the only thing they could be, so gonna have to go shad on that. It's a lot of bait. Not too many fish underneath them, so yeah, again, brings you back to the conclusion it could be something else. So anyway, I will find out. So I've been idling for a good, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and man, this has just been solid the whole way. So obviously it's bait fish. I actually just watched a tutorial while I was boating for the last few minutes, just trying to depict on what that was. I went into a couple settings. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually go into these settings right here on pick advance and change your, it's the ratio of your transducer. So if you do an 8-to-1, it shoots the signal a lot faster, so this is moving a lot more, so but it actually makes the image a lot bigger, so you can actually see what you're looking at a little bit better. So a lot of fish, a lot of bait fish, but I'm going to put it back to original settings. Also, another thing was pretty cool was this, if you go to depth line right there, I really like that. So you can actually go back and zoom in on a fish and see what depth they're at. So where I'm headed, and one of the perks of you actually watching my YouTube videos is the fact that you get to see some of my spots that I fish on Eagle Mountain. And you know what, I don't really care that people see my waypoints and how I find spots. I'm just trying to share information and get people better at fishing, and yeah, it's all about helping people out. So you can see right here, I've marked some waypoints in here. I've got depth shading on, but yeah, I've got some waypoints in here. It's a nice little creek channel that runs through here. You can kind of see right here, it runs through here and then it splits off and goes down this way, and then obviously comes here. My destination is here on this bank right here, so a really good way to find fish is to follow creek channels on your electronics and then see where the creek bends into banks. So see where this creek actually bends into this bank right here pretty hard. Then you have nice contours right here, nice little slope, a little bowl. So it's like a little highway right here. So bass travel down these, and because there's a lot of cover, and you know, bait travel through these little currents right here. So anyway, so I'm gonna fish this little spot this morning, see if there's anything on this, and then I'm gonna actually mosey on up this little bank because there's actually another little spot right here where the creek bends back. You can kind of see a little bit better right there. Kind of bends back and then it kind of hits this bank. This is a little bit more shallow back here, so might be pretty good. So we'll see where the fish are. I'm going to scan for bait fish on the way in and see if there's any activity. But regardless, I'm going to actually hit that spot and then kind of go over there, and then I may actually go over to this other spot. I know there's some sunken timber right here. Right here, I know there's a lot of timber in this area right here. I fished it before and got hung up. Got a few lures down there, so got to be careful. But anyway, so yeah, that's the river channel. That's what I'm doing this morning, is I'm going to these points of interest that I've marked. I actually did this at my house. I spent about 2 hours the other night on my graphs in my backyard, going over this and following this river channel and finding points of interest that I wanted to hit. So yeah, but I'll check back in a few. Hopefully we get some fish in the boat pretty quick. It is super early. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning right now. So we'll see if they're biting. They're moving right now. Another bait fish are out, so we'll see. Still a lot of bait fish. A little bit higher in the water column. You see that massive chunk right there. Looks like they're gonna eat my boat. Yeah, it's kind of, obviously it's kind of like not as concentrated as it was back there. Obviously these are some smaller fish mixed in with those bait fish at the top. Oh, here we go. So now you can kind of see a little bit more coming, a little bit more concentrated bait fish. So we're pulling into this cove right here. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully these bait fish are pushing in on this river channel. That's probably what's happening, is that they're in this channel right now. It's pretty much what I'm following at the moment is this little channel. If I pan back out, you can kind of see right there. There's a channel kind of goes through here. Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of follow it and see what happens. Really dark. I gotta be careful. I know that's pretty much gonna be safe. It's pretty deep right here still, so but anyway, here we go. We got a little bit of contour change. We got some bait fish at the top up here. Yeah, that looks good. I like that little hump right there. It's really cool. Not sure what that is. That's some type of structure, rock. Could be a fish. I don't know what that is. I know it looks like structure of some sort. Yeah, could be a big tree. Yeah, and then maybe some rock right there. Yeah, nice contour though. You can see the bait fish are obviously here. Looks like it might be some fish over where I thought there would be this morning. So keep checking back in. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how many actual fish or bait fish are back here. So yeah. So as you can see, these fish are literally in this creek channel. It looks like literally like inside of it. I'm not sure what type of fish those are. Those look like they could be bass, you know, a couple of them or a few of them anyway. But yeah, they weren't biting anything. Fished under the dock, this dock right here for a little bit, tossed a wacky worm and threw some stuff, you know, underneath it, a couple swim baits, but not much under there. But we're gonna head somewhere else. But I'm gonna fix my depth shading. As you can see, it's obviously off. So sitting in 14 feet of water right here, and it's showing that I'm just outside that 16-foot bank line. So yeah, gonna fix that up. All right, so I just marked a really good spot. As you can see right here, a bunch of offshore rock. So looks like it's, you know, pretty deep out here, 29 feet deep. it looks like, somewhere around there. But yeah, so I've been marking spots like this when I find them, and then I just kind of go on. So yeah, and then you just kind of go on. So to show you what I am fishing, I was on my maps the other night and I looked for obviously the riverbed, and it actually flows right through here. So I've marked all these waypoints in here. You see where the river channel works its way through all these docks right here. So all these in this marina. So I'm gonna fish all that, hoping that there's fish on that riverbed hanging out around the shad. So there are some shad in here, but definitely not as many as I thought there would be or hoped there would be. But we'll see. We're gonna give it a go. Yeah, well, I may be onto something here. So just you can see like where I'm at, and it's kind of loaded with fish right here. Not sure what those are. Hopefully they're bass. Probably not. That looks like maybe a gar or something right there. Anyway, worth a shot anyway. So just been doing a little bit of scanning for the last half hour or so, and yeah, it's a lot of fish. A lot of bait fish, a lot of small fish, probably sand bass, white bass. Don't know. Maybe some crappie in there, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But I'd imagine the smaller ones up in the lower part of the water column are definitely bait fish. So we just got into a pretty decent sized bass, probably about 2.5 pounds. Just absolutely crushed this 3-inch spark shad on I believe that's a 3/8 owner finesse jig head, swim bait jig head. But anyway, just absolutely crushed it off this little point right here. This is over by the Fort Worth Sailors Club. Just nailed it just right here in about 3 or 4 feet of water. All right, so we're gonna try one more spot. As you can see, where we're leaving is pretty dead, not much there. Caught that one fish off that point, but other than that, nothing going. So I'm gonna try the seawall rock wall in about 15 to 20 foot of water just off that seawall point. See if that current over there will give us any luck. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. So I am done for the day. Just a little recap from today. I went out this morning, couldn't sleep, got up at about 2:30 this morning, got to the lake at about 3-ish, 3:30. Got on the water, planned to find some bait fish and fish for a while, but ended up scanning for dang good 3 hours or so before I even fished. And then yeah, found some fish, caught a fish, had a pretty good time. Spent most of my time scanning. It got really cold. The wind started to shift from the north, and yeah, it was time to get out of there. So I'll do a little bait recap here in a minute on what I caught the fish on, and give you some pointers on that bait and how to fish it, and that's it. All right, little bait recap from today. What I caught that fish on. Pretty much all I really fished with today. I didn't really fish hard. Went out there to scan some spots and got some waypoints. Mission accomplished. I think I got about 8 waypoints, new waypoints created. So yeah, pretty happy about that. But did a little fishing off the point at the Anglers Club. I think it was the Anglers. No, the sailboat marina. Anyway. So caught it on this is a 3-inch spark shad. So have a look. So it's a 3-inch spark shad. This color is neon pepper. So really good little bait, very durable. That fish tore that one apart, so it actually only lasted one fish, unfortunately. But this is from Mega Bass, so these are actually pretty expensive, about $9.99 for 6 of them. But Mega Bass spark shad and 3-inch neon pepper was the color of choice today. So, and that was on 1/4 ounce finesse jig. So 1/4 ounce Hellfire finesse. So in a 2/0 hook. So Scottsboro Tackle Company. Great hooks. They're owner hooks. Some of my favorite. When I fish shaky head worms, I either fish 6 cents shaky heads or owner. Those are my two favorite. I can't go wrong with that. And like I said, it was a 2/0 hook, Hellfire finesse, if you want to see that. So anyway, so how to work this bait. So I was throwing out on the points, pretty shallow water, probably 5 foot or so, and just dragging it pretty slow. You can imagine the fish are really cold right now, so they're not very active. So gonna have to fish a little bit slower right now. But yeah, I just drug it across, and it hit it about halfway between the bank and the boat. So at 20 feet off the bank or so. I hit it really hard, smashed it. But unfortunately, that was the only one I caught today. Didn't fish very hard, but beat the skunk. So anyway, but it was a successful day. The more time you put on the water, learning your electronics and fishing with the baits that you have and learning those as well, the more information you're going to get and the more feedback you're going to get and the better you're going to be on the water. So the whole idea is to catch more fish. So I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time.